Okay, here we go. All right, so follow along. We're taking the notes here, and I'm gonna set up the problem as we go. Okay, here's the directions. Write this down. Find the scale factor. Right, find or determine the scale factor the way I wrote it up here already. It's already typed up here. Okay, copy along, follow along. Find the scale factor, and here's where it's going to get tricky, all right? From figure W to Y. And you're like, what do you mean W to Y? Well, I'm going to put some W's, I'm going to put some Y's. Okay, the first one, this one's W. Put a big W right there. This is figure W. And why am I doing this? Because remember, sometimes the dilation or it's an increase, and this one's Y. Sometimes you're going from smaller to bigger, or sometimes they'll put the W here, which means you'll go from bigger to smaller. So that's why I want to make sure I don't always assume you're going from smaller to bigger. So first one, number one right here. Number one, from W to Y. Forget about these letters over here, the A, B, C's and all this other stuff. Okay, let me put some numbers here. For number one, why is this one easy? Because they're already separate. They're similar triangles, they're facing the same way. Okay, what if I tell you that this side right here is 6 and this side is a 15? Does everybody agree it's going from small to big, from W to Y? Yes, I'm going from W to Y. I'm going that way. So it's increasing in size. Does everybody agree it's more than double? How do you know the answer is more than double? Well, because if this is 6 and I double it, it would have to be 12. See, but this is more than 12. Is it more than 3 times the size? Is it more than 3 times the size? Well, if this is 6 times 3 would be 18. Oh, it's not. It's not more than 3 times the size. Anyways, how do we set it up to find the scale factor? We're going to put 6 times S. 6 times what scale factor will give me the number 15? Okay, go ahead and solve that one. Right, you're not going to get a perfect easy number, but we'll get some nice fractions that work. Okay, when you solve 6s equals 15, we're going to divide by 6, we're going to divide by 6, we're going to get s is equal to 15 over 6. And we can reduce that. Reduce 15 and 6. What number goes into a 15 into a 6? What's the common? 3. Good, thank you. So that's, if it's 3, that's 3 times 5 is 15, and 3 times 2 is 6. Oh, that means that it's going to reduce to, right, the 3's will cancel out. Okay, we got it. We got number one. What is the answer for number one? 5 halves. And I know 5 halves kind of sometimes it's hard to interpret. It's hard to determine what 5 halves is. But we're going to also write this as a decimal. Anybody 5 divided by 2? What do you get when you punch that in the calculator? 5 divided by 2? That means that the scale factor is what? 2.5. What does that mean? If the scale factor is 2.5, that this bigger shape is what? 2.5 times the size of this one. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's what the 2.5 means. But in fraction form, 2.5 is 5 divided by 2. But that's why it's good to always see the decimal form. Okay, everybody good with that one, number one? Okay, number 2. Let's make this one again. This one the W. We're going from smaller to bigger, and this one the Y. And here's the numbers, right? We only need one pair of corresponding sides to determine the scale factor. Okay, so I'm going to give you this one here. So this is going to be 4. If this side is 4 and this side is 18, right? This side corresponds with this side. And I am going from smaller to bigger. Okay, so for number 2, let's do that right here. Go ahead and find the scale factor. Well, let's see. Times 2 is 8. I know it's bigger than times 2. Times 3 is 12. Oh, I know it's more than 3 times its size. Okay, well, let's not try to predict or guesstimate or anything. Let's do the equation here. What's the setup to find the scale factor? 4 times what? 4 times what scale number gives me 18? The answer is 4? 4. Oh my God, we haven't been on break that long, have we? Oh shoot, 4 times 4 is 16. Close. I know, that's cool. All right, so we're gonna get we're gonna get S is equal to 18 divided by 4, right? Divide by 4, divide by 4. 18 does not divide by 4 evenly, so we got to reduce. What goes into a 4 and into a 18? Not 4. 2. Everybody agree they're even? 2. That's 2 times 9 is 18, and 2 times 2 is 4, so the 2's cancel out. What's the scale factor here in fraction form? 9 over 2, thank you. 9 over 2, okay, that is in fraction form the scale factor. But it's going to make a little more sense when you see it as a decimal. Or, what's another way of saying 9.2, you guys? 9 divided by 2? Let me see, 9 divided by 2. Ah, shoot. Anybody got it? 9 divided by 2? 4.5. Well, 0.5 is like half, right? 4.5, 4.5. What does that mean? That means that this one is 4.5 times bigger than this one. Yeah? Okay. Are we... Oh, yeah, the bell's gonna ring. Okay, we're going to continue tomorrow. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll have the assignment tomorrow.